My eldest, man. I get so much out. My eldest George, he's 4, he's autistic. Doesn't speak, right? Got no words. No, well, he goes da 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 and like babbles and stuff like that. Can't speak, got no language, right? Basically. And if you've never dealt with an autistic kid, right? What happens is, like, you go to these meetings and that, and you go, he gets frustrated, he has meltdowns and stuff like that. Got to go to occupational therapy and do all these mad things because he can't communicate effectively. And that's fucking bullshit, right? It's bullshit. I spend all day with him. He's the most effective communicator I've ever known in my entire life, right? Because he'll, like, let's say, like, you want a biscuit, right? You want a biscuit, You'll go, hey, can I have a biscuit? And then people will go, yes or no, right? You might go, no. You can't have a biscuit. But George can't do that. So what George does, like he'll just fix eye contact and he'll just dead gently just go, like, it's fine. Just like, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And you'll get up, won't you? Like, it works every fucking time. Like, but nobody tries that as an adult. Like, if you can speak, you just never try that shit. But honestly, next time you want something, instead of just asking for it, just fix someone's eye contact and just get their hand and go. He'll fucking go with you, I swear. It works every time, right? And he gets me and he takes me to the biscuits, right? I'll get him a biscuit and he fucks off to eat his biscuit because he doesn't give a fuck about me because he's like a cat. And then he come back and he wants another biscuit and I go and get him another biscuit and then he comes back and he wants another biscuit, I get him another biscuit, comes back and it's like 4 or 5 biscuits and I'm like, I can't just let you eat biscuits all day. I'm already getting shit over the bee thing, like I can't. Like, George, we need to fucking, like, and he's just looking at me going, get me a biscuit, and he's got my hand, he's going, get me a biscuit. And I'm like, you can't have another biscuit, and he's just looking at me going, I'm going to fucking clue what you're saying. Get me a fucking biscuit. And I'm like, you can't have another biscuit, and he's like, get me a biscuit, get me a biscuit, get me a biscuit, leaning back further and further, and I tried to be strong, and I was like, no, George, no, and I just stayed where it was. And he just stood up straight and he let go of my hand and I thought, yes, parenting. Been watching fucking Super Nanny, haven't I? I was like, yes, smashed that there, right? Thought I'd won, right? But he just stepped back. So 1 step back, just looked at me and went, okay. I got him a fucking biscuit. Every time I get him a biscuit and he beats me every fucking time and I can't win and I don't know how to win and it would only work for him and like that, it's bullshit that they say they got communication problems because like I can't communicate that effectively. If I go home tonight and my missus is in bed, we've been together 6 years, right? You know when I'm going and I get in bed and I'm like, hey babe, smash that show tonight, you know. And she'd be like, oh, did you? Whatever. And I'm like, hey, do you fancy a bit? Feeling good? And she'd be like, oh, fuck off now. Like she always does. And I'll be like, come on, babe. And she'd be like, no. And I'll start poking her in the back with Willie and that. And she'd be like, no, fuck off. And I'm like, come on, babe. She's like, no. And I'm like, oh. At that point, I just started going, there's no realm of imagination where she just turns around and starts giving me a blowjob. Couldn't happen. He's funny, George, though. It's mad. Like, you gotta do. I spend a lot of time with him, and like, when you got an autistic kid. Obviously, they're all at different levels on the spectrum. And with George, we had to go to this like occupational therapy and stuff when he was about 2 because he started having meltdowns and that. And like, what it is his sense of proprioception's off. Like, so, you know, his sense of tension and stuff and balance and all that. It's a bit off, so he likes to be off balance and that. And he can't really feel pressure properly, so he feels like he's floating a little bit. So if he gets like wound up and that, you gotta like proper put pressure on him. Or like pick him up and fucking slam him, right? Right? No shit, the doctor told me to do this and I was in this meeting going, are you sure you're a real doctor? Like, She was like, no, just pick him up, you'll love it, right? And I was like, oh. I'm picking him up going, okay. Just putting him down and that. And she's like, no, you need to go harder than that. He's fucking 2 at the time. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, okay. So I'm picking him up, I'm getting a little bit harder and a little bit harder. By this point, I'm like, fuck off! Like Jordan, mate, just fucking slamming him. Every time he starts, I'm just fucking doing him in, right? I take his back like I'm in the UFC and everything. It's fucking boss, lad. We have a proper scrap. He loves it. He proper loves it, though. Like, he gets so much out of it. And it's the only way to calm him down. Like, if he starts having a meltdown, you've got to just fucking tackle him and stuff like that. It's fucking mad. But, like, it makes you scared to take him out anyway. Because, like, if he starts having a meltdown, like, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's kind of, like, some of my mates will come round and, like, we play a game where I throw him from this side of the room at the couch, and my mates are going, fucking hell. And then about 2 minutes in, they're going, gives a go. It's become a drinking game. It's fucking incredible, though. So you take him out, right? Like, it's hard when he's off school and stuff. It's hard now because he has a little routine. He doesn't like to be out of his routine and stuff. And like he goes to nursery in the morning, and then we finish that, right? And then we'll go and do different things. And this one day, like, I didn't really have much to do with him, and I was like, I don't know what to go. You can't take him near water, right? Just a no-no. So he fucking loves it, right? But he doesn't understand that it can kill him. Like, he's got no, like, he'll just walk into the sea, just like going, and he doesn't feel the cold of it. He'll just stand there and go, oh, this is fucking brilliant, this. And you can't get him out of it because he'll scratch your face like that. So, like, but like, I started driving, because he likes being in the car, he likes having the windows open in the car, so starts driving now, and then we ends up by Southport, right? And I was like, fucking, I can't really stop anywhere around here. So he'll eat the sand as well. He will. He just picks, like, because it's a sensory thing, he'll just pick it up and he'll just start, and he crunches that shit. And it's fucking horrible. Like, it's not even just horrible for him, I know that's going to come out the other end. And I've got to deal with that shit, right? Literally got to deal with that shit. And like, if you've ever changed the nappy, like, you'll know it's difficult. But like, he's 4 and he's strong, so it's hard anyway. But like, have you ever had Weetabix? That's been left in the bowl for like 4 days. And it's turned into that like cement shit. It's like trying to get that off, man. It's fucking, like, the last time I done it, I was like, I opened the nappy, right? And what he thinks it's hilarious to then just get his hand in the nappy and try and put it back through the system. He thinks that's so funny. That's one of his favourite games, right? So I opened this nappy up and I was like, oh fuck, we need this as a code. Fucking read this one. So like, I closed the nappy up and I was like, I need a decoy. So I give him a biscuit, right? Loves a biscuit. So he's eating his biscuit. I thought, that's his hand is distracted. Let's go for this, right? So I opens it up again and I go for the wipes. And then he just fucking dipped the biscuit. Yeah. In the shit, right? So me, in a panic, just went, no! Like that. And just slapped the biscuit, which then stuck to the wall. Right? I can't get it. It's still fucking there. I've just had to put a frame around it and pretend it's art. So, and then I'm trying to clean them. But like, I don't know if you've got kids, you probably will have had this problem, right? What they do, you'll open it and then you clean them with baby wipes and stuff like that. But these fucking evil bastards who make baby wipes, right? These fucking evil bastards at Johnson's and Pampers, none of them are they all know what you're doing. They all know you're going to have one hand occupied with a baby, right? But none of them have managed to create baby wipes that you can get out with one hand. Because you'll get one out and you'll be like, shit, oh God, I've run out of the ones I've prepared. And then you try and get another one out and every fucking baby wipe comes out. Like fucking hankies out of a wizard's sleeve, just fucking, and you're like, fuck no, and then you start shaking them trying to get it off. And then they all fly over to the side. So then you're down to one fucking baby wipe and you're trying to wipe this fucking mad shit out with one baby wipe. Oh, it's crazy. So, but anyway, I'm in Southport, and like we pulled. I found this like field, right, and he loves to run up and down, and like open spaces, he loves it, right. So I get him out, and there was like loads of big thorn bushes at the other end, right. And I thought, that's safe. You can't get through that. There's sand dunes on the other side of it. You can't get through that, right. So he just starts running up and down. I'm happy, Just walking behind him, and he's happy. He's running back to me. I'm like, hey. And he's like running away. He just flaps his hands and he loves it, right? He's dead happy, loving his life, right? Runs up and then he sees the sand dunes and he's like, oh, wanna go with that? That looks fucking delicious, that. I'm gonna have me a fucking feast here, mate. But then he walks at the bush and he goes, oh, fuck, that hurt that. Right? And the thing is, right, I'm guilty of this as much as anyone else. Because he can't speak, you underestimate his intelligence. It's easy to think that he's not clever, and he is. When he wants to solve something, he's clever as fuck, right? Because what he did was, he goes like this, right, and he just touches this bush, and he goes, oh, no, right? So then he's looking around, and he starts, like, siding into it, and he goes, oh, no, fucking no. So he backs into it. Oh, no. And he just looked at me, looked at the bush, just walked behind the back of me and just pushed me through the fucking bush. It was the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. The thing was, though, I was so happy about it, because he was communicating with me, that I'm just stamping this fucking bush down. Going, hey, look at this, and then stamping it down, and then he got through and he fucked off onto the other side of it. And he was on these dunes, and I was like, shit, and he started legging it to the top, and he's like, oh, and I was like, shit, and he's fast, like, and I was like, fucking hell. So I'm trying to catch him up this sand dune, but and then he come down the other side of it, and he just bailed down the other side, and then he saw the sea, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. So he starts legging at the sea, going, ah! Like that. And I'm like, George! And he's like, ah! Like that. And everyone's looking, going, does he know that kid? Like that. Like, because he's not paying any attention to me. He doesn't give a fuck that I'm there, right? He's just going for the sea. So I had to chase him and grab him. And as soon as I grabbed him, he lost his shit. He went fucking mental. He was like, ah! He's trying to scratch my face and stuff like that. So you've got to be careful how you hold him, because you can't hold him like that, like you would normally hold him, because he'll scratch your face. You can't put him over your shoulder, scratch your back. So you've got to get him in like a fucking, like over your shoulder this way with his head there, with his arms out like a crucifix, right? And just fucking leg it as fast as you can. But he's writhing and screaming like that, and now everyone's definitely on the beach going, he's definitely kidnapping that kid there. But none of them are doing anything about it. And this George is like, trying to bite me and shit like that. So I got to the sand and I realised he was in full meltdown, so all I could do is just start body slamming him. Into the sand dunes. It's hard though, like when you break his routine, like he likes to, as I said, he likes to know what he's doing. He likes to know where he's going. Like on a Tuesday, right? We'll go to his nursery and stuff normally, and then we'll go to this playgroup and that, and he knows he's going there. It's called Big Arts in Walker Art Gallery there, right? And it's normally, because he's only in a couple of hours in nursery, so we go and it's quite quiet, right? It's fine. And he'll go in, he's got his little routine, he goes in, he gets like a little teacup. It's only a little bit of imaginative play he does. Gets a little teacup and he goes, right? And you go, well done. And he goes, and he runs off and he'll play. Keeps holding his teacup regardless of what's happening. Just runs around playing, looking at everything, dead happy, right? But I went, and it was like, I knew it was half term, but I didn't realise how bad it'd be. Because like he wasn't in nursery anymore, and I thought, I'm still going to have to keep him in his play group. I'm still going to have to keep that bit of routine. So I went there, and it was just shocker. And he's just looking at me as if to go, why the fuck are all these people in my playgroup? And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry mate, it's half term, innit? He's just looking at me going, you need to fucking sort this out, mate. Some bitch over there's got my teacup. Right. But he's quite a burly kid, right? And this kid dropped in, he's fine. He went over, he got his teacup, and he was all right then. He was quite happy. He wasn't like fully, because he was a bit like, doesn't like to be like bump into them or anything. He's a bit timid like that. So he's got his teacup and stuff. Then this like, he's 4, right? This like, she's about 7 or 8, right? This girl, she hasn't even fucking been in there, right? She just comes up to him, right? And just goes, baby! Just took the teacup off him, right? And he looked at me as if to go, she took my teacup? Sort it out. And I was about to say something, but then I saw her mum, and she was fucking massive, right? And I was like, You're going to have to let this one go, George. I am not getting battered in big arts. It's not happening, right? But she got bored of it after about a minute. She dropped it, he went over, he had it again, it was fine. Then she come back over again. Went, baby! Took the teacup off him again. And I was like, oh my God. He's looking at me again, and I thought, I'm going to have to say something. So I went, hey! Stop being mean. Right? Don't know where it came from. Scared myself a little bit. And this little girl was just like, looked, and she wasn't used to getting told off, I don't think, because she just went, she'd run over to her mum, and I felt this Goliath just looking at me, right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get battered in big art, it's going to be bad, this. But this woman never said a word to me. She didn't say nothing to me. She went over the other side of the playgroup. I was fucking strutting around, wasn't I? Like, yeah, fucking my house, fuck off. Coming into my playgroup. What the fuck do you think you are? Taking our teacups? Just fucking our house, this, mate. Yeah, man, fuck you. Eyeballing people in there. About 5 minutes later, this girl, I know you shouldn't say this out to 7 or 8 year old girl, but she was a fucking bitch, right? She was, though. She was a bitch because she's picking fucking blocks up off the side and just throwing them on the ground. And her mum's picking them up and she's just going, throwing them all. And her mum just went, can you stop doing that? And she just picked the block up that her mum had put back, looked the mum dead in the eye and went, I won't. Like that, right? And I was like, oh. And I swear to God, right, her mum just looked her dead in the eye and went, if you do that again, the man will tell you off again. And I was like, I'm not the fucking man. I'm a nice... I know still to this day that woman, every time our kids know it, she's like, the angry ginger man's going to come and get you. Fuming.